I always knew I would burn. I knew it at 11, standing in the Jehovah Hall wearing a Pepto-Bismol pink crinoline dress, my fat knobby knees rubbing that rough fabric, the itch of that crinoline dress and a forced smile, the force upon me like damp fur. I could smell it, the danger of it, God, and the stink of anti-sinner. I was wearing a mask, a forced slash of a smile carved on my face, and a big silk sash wrapped around the waist. It was falling and unfurling. The banner of Jehovah hanging above everyone's head, and a boy stood next to me, shiny, his hair greased, slick, black as a seal, his eyes black diamonds, and his mouth red as magma. The banner expanded towards the crowd, pregnant with air, announcing, doers of God's word, and then deflated, as if meeting the crowd was a disappointment. The letters pulled into themselves, skinny and severe. Around us, a congregation of black flies buzzed in the heat, against the tympanic membrane, a constant drone. Run, tear off that dress, it hummed. And that growing itch grew, as did the urge to scratch. The boy leaned into my ear, the heat, the buzz swirling around me, and the heat emanating from his breath, volcanic, erupting into sound. Let's go to the pool. Do you have a swimsuit? And before I could answer, he had fished the answer out of my eyes. It's okay, we can swim naked, he said. And he swallowed his hand, my hand in his, sweaty and sticky. And I imagined the fly's leg, how I imagined the fly's legs might feel when they rubbed together, recalling their last meal, considering the future of the eggs they've laid, etc. Little girl bin Laden is what my ex-girlfriend called me after a 9/11 and a 4-hour breakup. Last night at the fashion show, I met a couple who claimed that they were monogamous, which made them the last of their kind in San Francisco. My boyfriend. Those are 2 words I roll around in my mouth like a marble. And the word polyamory has always sounded like an affliction to me. I imagine the brain unable to message the nerves, the muscles roped, the legs curled. Once a friend called to invite me to an orgy. He called it a love pit. And all I could say was, I'm sorry, I think you dialed the wrong number. There are times when my boyfriend doesn't recognize me. He calls out, Monster! And because I am poet and pleaser, I say, yes, dear. On the subject of dear, I must add that Emily may have been wrong. Sometimes the wounded deer doesn't jump at all. I feel a bit grounded, as in bone rubbing against bone, the raw pain of it. That's the feeling of commitment. So I muster the strength to say, yes. I hold that word, roll it around in my mouth, suck on it when there is no water in my desert, when hunger jaws invade. Perhaps I will swallow and shine it with hydrochloric acid until it becomes pearlized. A gem is a hard object that people still like. What I might carry in the small cave of my mouth. Malcontent, fork to my tongue. It's a mystery spot. How do you do that? That was the first question. And then the statement, you've got a mouth on you. A nodded admonition, I tie cherry stems. My mouth is a shady place, the very tool that served as proof It got the witches burned. It is licked and licked. It's electric tipped. The animal you meet before the beast dentata. The cage you lowered yourself into because the risk is low, or so